Welcome to episode 136 of your weekly Concealed Taco Dudes podcast. So,
today it's just me, Taco, and
Jason with Concealment Solutions. That seems to be more of the trend lately. It's tough to get everyone together, but
the weekends have been really crazy.
Yeah,
with all the youth camping trips and
life
and yard and
getting out. The weather's been so weird here. It's been such a cold spring, and then last weekend it was 100 degrees, and then Monday it was 50.
Yeah, there was a huge contrast in temperature.
Yeah.
It felt good though. Like we had the really hot, and then it was like cold, and
it rained all day Monday. And
yeah.
Apparently Yellowstone flooded.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, a bunch of our guys that are in the local scout troop headed to Yellowstone on Tuesday for their big adventure trip, and I don't think they're going to be able to get in.
All right, I just got to say one thing about Yellowstone.
All right.
Okay, people, don't be stupid. Don't go up to wild animals.
Yeah.
I keep seeing all these like articles of like bison like goring people, flipping people, trampling people. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
But the thing is, all these people are
because they're so docile.
Yeah. You know, they do the same thing with bears, and you're like, okay, these are wild animals, and they can kill you in an instant.
Yep.
So
yeah. And I think more people at least in the U.S. are killed by moose and probably bison than bears and mountain lions combined, I would say.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, if you look, Yellowstone,
the stupidity.
You're driving through and they're just so calm and complacent and stoic, and it's like, oh, let's go get a picture. Yeah.
No.
They don't like that.
Just use your zoom on your camera.
Yeah.
And zoom in.
Yeah.
But don't go walking right up to it and think you're going to pet a bison or something.
Right. Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah. They're a bit territorial, like moose. Moose are extremely territorial.
Yeah.
If you're in their spot, they know where they stand.
Yeah.
And they're going to stand on you.
Did you see the video or article about the lady who was getting trampled, and then she played dead? And then it, like, long enough that she was able to get away. And the people were talking like she was like some kind of expert, and that's how she knew how to play dead. And it's like, if you were an expert,
or she just got unconscious.
No, why would you go up to it in the first place? Like, you should know, don't mess with the bison.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my rant. If you go to Yellowstone, don't mess with the bison.
Yeah.
So
you have to swim with them now anyway. All right, let's knock out sponsors.
Okay. NOEBulletMolds.com. Use coupon code FLT001 and it'll save you 10%. And if you're local, they do have powders in stock, and they are the popular powders. So
nice.
I've been debating on picking up another one of the Lever Evolutions.
Oh yeah,
that's really good. 6-arc powder.
Okay.
But and they have been doing a few models of their molds in the steel blocks. So I think I have a 44 mag, a 45 Colt, and a 223 that they just came out with, a round nose.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anyways, check them out. NOEBulletMolds.com.
Yeah. Utah Air Guns at UtahAirGuns.com. I believe the Rocky Mountain Airgun Challenge is going on right now.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm bummed because I went out with my son and we just watched. And it was really cool to just kind of be out there and see what was going on, but I'm not going to make it this year. I've got a big trip planned next week. I'll be gone bike packing with my brother, and I've got a lot of stuff I got a lot of work to finish and orders I got to get out, so I'm not leaving people hanging while I'm gone.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. So, yeah, I'm not going to make it out there this time. But
the joys of being self-employed.
Yeah, exactly.
When you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
There's no PTO.
Yeah, I love hearing people talking about I only have 2 weeks of paid vacation this year. I'm like, man, I don't remember the last time I had paid vacation.
Yeah.
So, I guess if you guys want to place orders while I'm gone, it'll be like getting a paid vacation. I just have to work extra hard when I get home to fill all the orders.
Yeah.
But anyway, Utah Air Guns, we'll probably connect with them in the next couple of weeks and get a
maybe we'll record on
update.
site there and just find out how it went and everything.
Yeah.
I also wish I could have gone to it. I was talking to Travis over there, and he was seeing if I could, stop by and actually help.
Yeah, they were looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to volunteer, but I'm like,
oh,
I can't.
It's the worst time of the summer for me. Otherwise, I would have loved to have gone over.
Yeah, same with me. But anyway, go check out them at UtahAirGuns.com. Use the code AirCandy. They'll give you free shipping and free turret stickers.
All right.
Black Ice Coatings, blackicecoatings.com. You can follow them on Instagram and probably Facebook. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've never looked at them. I don't ever get on Facebook. But
yeah.
Anyway, awesome gun finishes, Teflon coating. I had a customer in my shop this week. Brought me a knife, and he's a listener.
You got it Teflon coated?
No.
That would be kind of interesting if you got it like Teflon coated, except the
edge.
Yeah.
I don't know why you couldn't.
Lee, if you're listening, let us know if that's a horrible idea.
It'd make it more stabby. It'd be smoother going in and out.
Cleaning it would be great because it just everything comes right off.
Yeah. But anyway, it was funny because he came in and he let me, I've been listening to the podcast. And oh, cool, and he's like, so are you the Jacist? I'm like, yes I am. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes I am. And I had my single speed that Lee dipped was sitting in the stand because I was putting the chain ring back together after the Teflon bolts all backed out. Anyway, so he was looking at that. He's like, wow, that is cool. Everybody looks at that bike is like, how did he do that? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's magic. Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah.
It's black magic.
Yeah. So check out Black Ice Coatings. They do awesome work. Call up Lee or one of the girls, and when they answer the phone, just say Slickery.
Yeah. I'll be like, what?
Magholder at magholder.com. Check them out.
The best horizontal mag carriers around.
That's what I use personally. And I make my own mag carriers also.
Yeah, and they have the fatties, right?
I don't know that they're shipping them yet, but he is taking pre-orders for the double stacked Glock 45 ACP and I believe 10 millimeter. And there's probably a few others in there that are going to fall into that same category. Hopefully the XDM in 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
I would like one of those.
Have you shot that much? I guess you haven't shot.
I've shot it a fair bit, but I haven't shot it lately.
Yeah.
But
I want to shoot it.
Okay.
We should go sometime. We should have a 10 millimeter day. I'll bring like the 10 millimeter high point.
I could do that too.
The Chris Vector in 10 millimeter. And,
nice.
And then the Glock 29 and the
XDM
Glock 20 and
yeah,
we
could do that. Anyway, who are we talking about?
Magholder.
Check out Magholder, magholder.com, and use the coupon code Get in the Van. I have candy.
I have candy.
All one word. And if you can't spell that, you don't deserve a discount.
Ooh. All right.
And lastly, Concealment Solutions at concealmentsolutions.com. The code for us is
Show me the candy.
And that'll save you 15%, and I'll throw in some swag when I have swag, which I still do.
I think your coupon code should not be Show Me the Candy. It should be Hide the Candy.
Hide the candy?
Because you conceal.
Oh.
Yes. Conceal guns.
Maybe we'll have to have a
new
special coupon.
Hide the candy.
Quick, hide the candy. Okay. Anyway, go check that out. Lots of cool stuff on there. Holsters for every type of carry. Inside the waist, outside the waist, tactical stuff, competition stuff. backcountry bushwhacking stuff.
Yeah, and air tank carriers.
Air tank carriers, air tank stocks.
I'm gonna
air gun stocks.
Make Jason slave away and build one for my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, I just molded that up before I came over here.
Nice.
So
nice.
I'll have it.
I'm hoping
shortly.
to take his tank on a little youth. High adventure activity. So
ding up his stuff.
Yeah. Well, his is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking I'll take one of his and then one of mine. Well, not one of his. He only has one. So I'll take his and one of mine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool.
I'll break it in for him. Hopefully not break it.
Well, that's our sponsors for you. Make sure you go and check them out. Support them because they make awesome stuff.
They do.
That's why we plug them, because we like their stuff. Let's feedback. You got a listener feedback for us?
So I have listener feedback from Matt with 2 T's.
Okay.
And he says, "Hi guys, enjoyed your episode this week on hunting with suppressors. One topic I would love to hear more about is one by Taco on suppressors." And we kind of talked
like talk about suppressors all the time.
Yeah, I think we did an episode, was it a few ago, that we talked about suppressors a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it comes up fairly often.
Yeah, you know what would be maybe what we could plan on is do like a suppressor episode where we talk about suppressors and price points.
Okay.
And like why you would go with a cheap one, why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then which...
Picking the right suppressor depending on what you're going to use it for.
Yes, and the different calibers and like some of the suppressors that I recommend, and I don't know.
Yeah, that would be
maybe a good one. It'd be cool to get...
Because I know we did one, it's been a while, where we talked about buying a suppressor and what you need to do and the paperwork and the easy ways and...
Yeah, maybe we
stuff
can
like that.
Maybe we can kind of
rehash
buying a suppressor and then talk about price points, different ones that I like, and pros and cons. And, talk about volume and baffles and length and all that stuff.
All right.
And what those things do.
Sounds like a plan.
And then he says he has 3 questions. He says, 1, what do you look for in one? Is weight more important to you, or suppression or breakdown for cleaning, or something else?
Yes.
And then, see, this is where we won't answer it today, but because we could talk a whole episode about that, and maybe we'll do that at a future episode.
Okay.
It'd be nice to have another person who owns like multiple suppressors.
Yeah, I have yet to buy one.
Yeah, I know a guy. I'm
sure you do.
Maybe we'll bring him on. Maybe we can get Evan to come on too, because he shot a lot suppressed.
Right.
So... and then he says, any particular ones you like by caliber. So that's another thing that would be good to talk about. And did you still wear Ear Pro on those hunts since it was supersonic ammo? And the answer is no, we did not. And it was unnecessary. And it was so nice because if you could think about being in the hot sun all day long and have earmuffs on, oh man. That
or
would
even
be like,
plugs.
Even plugs, either one is going to be miserable. Yeah. And so... We were doing a little bit of long-range shooting, or some of the guys were doing long-range shooting, and we were shooting some ground squirrels that were nearby. And that part was miserable with, like, we had to wear hearing protection because they were shooting, like, 6.5 PRCs.
Oh, okay.
And it was funny because they were going to borrow one of my suppressors. I threw on a suppressor on his gun. Uh-huh. And then, of course, point of impact shift. And so he didn't want to mess with dialing it for that suppressor. Sure. And the one shot he took with it was just, it was great. Like I don't think he needed hearing protection, even with the 6.5 PRC.
Wow.
But, and the tone sounded great and everything. But you know, because they were kind of in a hurry to get going with the long range shooting, then they took it off, and then everyone else had to put on hearing protection. So, and then he says, I'd like to get a 30 caliber one so I can use it on anything smaller. Yes, not optimal for a 5.56, but money isn't infinite. But there's both a lack of info and way too much available at the same time. A deep dive into them might make an interesting episode, even a solo episode if needed. Thanks for the content. I look forward to it every week. Best, Matt.
And money is infinite because they're printing more right now.
Yeah, it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking to Biden, then there's an infinite amount of money. They just
make more.
We ran out of money? Well, let's just make some more.
Crank up the press.
Yeah, those presses are probably burning out right now.
No kidding. No kidding.
Ah, jeez.
Cool. All right. Let's go into what we did with guns before we hit a news article.
Okay. So I actually got around to doing some zinc casting.
Oh, okay.
So I cast up some of these the 223 bullets.
Okay.
Normally, so NOE just came out with a round nose mod. It's a HTC, so it's a grooveless.
Okay.
So a round nose grooveless 223 bullet mold that would normally come out to about 60 grains in lead, but it came out to about 38 grains in zinc. So I cast up a pile of them, and I really, really want to come up with a load that would cycle the action of my AR-15 without shredding the bullet into a poof, right?
Yeah, without turning it into powder again.
Yeah, you've heard stories of bullets being twisted apart. I've
seen it happen.
I don't know. There's so much that we don't know about casting and shooting zinc bullets.
I wonder, is zinc harder than lead?
It is harder. Yeah.
So it may hold together better than lead also. You may be able to move it faster without it having an issue.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I would try. The ideal thing would be to lower the velocity as much as possible while maintaining pressure, a high enough pressure at the gas port to cycle the action.
Right.
Because I'd really like to have a slower shooting zinc bullet that could cycle the action.
Yeah.
But having it be lightweight means that more than likely it's going to be going faster.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, in order to get it to cycle.
Anyways, I did that, and the NOE does have some of those in stock, a few of them in steel. So if you're a steel mold guy or iron mold guy, check those out. But so I did that. I did some other casting, and I did some gas checking and sizing of some 30 cals. My friend, I helped him load this ammo it was probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was some powder coated 7.62 by 54R.
Oh, okay.
So powder coated, gas checked, and he was wanting some ammo for his M44, the Russian shorty, Mosin Nagant, but the short model. He wanted something that didn't hurt his shoulder as bad.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
I can understand that. Those
that
have a little
one,
bit of punch
and
to
then
them.
that steel butt plate.
Yeah.
And then the shorter barrel.
Yeah. Not a comfortable.
They're
gun
loud,
to shoot.
and then they kick a bit.
Yeah.
So I made these coated cast bullets and a nice little load of red dots, so like a pistol powder.
Okay.
And he finally took him out and shot him. Yeah. And he was just ecstatic. He's like, man, those were the best ammo ever.
Cool.
Like, we were shooting it out to 200 yards and it was still working, and it didn't hurt my shoulder and it wasn't super loud. And
nice.
Yeah. So anyways.
Very cool.
That was cool to get some feedback of that.
Yeah.
But I'm in the process of making some more. And cool. I sold something and bought something.
Okay. What did you sell?
I sold my Ruger Blackhawk. It's the Blackhawk convertible. Okay. So it has 2 cylinders, one in 45 ACP and one in 45 Colt. Okay. And I never really liked the 45 ACP cylinder, and because 45 Colt you can load anything, right? Right. But and it headspace is off the case rim, so that's kind of nice. Okay. But and then so the new one I was in Gunny's. And, of course, one of my favorite places, right? Yeah. And they had one of the revolvers I've been looking for a long time. Yeah. They're kind of harder or more rare. They're not rare, but you don't see them as often. Yeah. And the gun I got was a 2.5-inch barreled 44 mag Ruger. And it is.
Congratulations! You bought something that's going to be more uncomfortable to shoot than your snubby.
No, but here's the thing: it won't be.
You don't think?
It has so much. This is
It is a heavy gun.
Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan. Yeah. So it's got the nice cushy grips. Yeah. The Hogue squishy grips, and then it also has. I would say it has so much metal around the barrel. Yeah. It probably is equivalent to a 4-inch 44 mag, regular.
Weight wise?
Yeah. Feel how heavy that is.
Oh, I've had these in my shop before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the new purchase. I know, it's like awesome. Jason's fondling the gun.
Yeah.
You can't open the cylinder when the hammer's back.
See, the revolver I've been playing with lately is that old Colt.
Oh, yeah.
And it is wonky.
So you're laughing at the quality difference, like...
Yeah. This locks up nice and tight.
Yeah.
When you cock it
the trigger doesn't stack too bad either. Like,
on double action.
Yeah. I've shot some that were like really bad.
That's really not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not horrible. So
and considering that it's gonna break in and get a little smoother, yeah, that's not bad.
So yeah, I never thought I would own a 2.5-inch barreled 44 mag, but
and why did you buy it?
So this one,
because it was there.
Yes, this one was one of my kind of buy on site guns, and maybe that seems like a weird gun to have like that, but
not for you,
not for me,
but for the rest of the world, maybe.
But part of it is because I wanted something just a little bit bigger than my 357 for carrying outdoors.
Yeah. And that doesn't have a 7-inch barrel on it.
That doesn't have like I think it's like 8 or 9-inch barrel.
Yeah, most of your big revolvers have big, ginormous barrels on them.
Well, it makes them like really nice to shoot.
It does.
You can shoot farther targets. It's like...
Makes them tougher to carry around.
Yeah, way tougher. But I wanted something that was more easily packable for, when I'm in bear country.
Yeah.
And in the next... few weeks I'm going to be in bear country.
Right.
And so the timing was impeccable.
There you go.
So now I just got to see if Jason can whip up a chest rig for me.
I can manage that.
Before I leave to go on these
And now you're
outings.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Schedule change. I need it tonight. We're going tomorrow. No.
You would be surprised how many holster emergency calls I get.
Yeah.
I need it right now.
Yeah. Feel the back of the grip right there. It's got a nice cushy, like where the webbing by your thumb. It just... I think that's the same grip that they use on like the 500 Magnums or it's similar, but... It feels really good.
Hogue has this design in a lot of different... Even some of the smaller revolvers will have that same like soft pad there, right where the web of your hand is.
My lightweight Scandium 357, it does not...
It needs it.
It needs it, but that thing is just so lightweight.
I'd be willing to bet that Hogue makes one for it.
Well, I have the Hogue grip on it.
Oh, really?
That gives me the whole hand, all fingers on it.
But it doesn't have the
have that nice squishy part. So... Hogue, if you're listening, please make one with the squishy part for the back, or for the webbing between your pointer and
now what
thumb.
You need to do is get it black ice coated. You like your revolver shiny, don't you?
I do. I have a thing for stainless.
Yeah.
I really like the stainless revolvers. So, and pro tip for new revolver owners, if you have a double action revolver, don't do what they do in the movies, because that's bad. So
what do they do in the movies?
They swing the cylinder open and they swing it closed. And that's your revolver's most fragile parts right there.
Right.
And you're putting...
And you're slamming
And you're slamming it. Yeah. It's like putting your pinky in a door and just slamming it.
Oh. That would be uncomfortable.
Very not good for the pinky. So likewise, not good for the revolver. So
nice.
Anyways.
Very cool.
Yeah, what'd you do?
So, I did a little overnight bikepacking trip in preparation for this bigger one that I have coming, and I had a small little Kydex sheath, is what I'm going to call it, for my P365, so that I could just throw it in a bag on my handlebars. And,
that's cool.
It's protected and it's not going to fall out and all that kind of stuff, and I'm packing, and I still don't know where that holster is. I lost it somehow.
You didn't lose a gun, did you?
No.
Okay,
no,
that's good.
But I'm packing.
Somebody
and I'm
got
like,
a free holster.
It was on the kitchen table, and then my wife moved everything into the bedroom, and I saw it there, and I grabbed everything and started packing, and it just all of a sudden disappeared, and I'm like, where?
So
I still don't know where it is.
So you gonna whip up a new one, or are you gonna?
Well, I will for the next trip. But in the meantime, I had a Kydex pocket holster for my Glock 42 with a TLR6 on it.
So you can.
And
just
so
take
that's what I took on that trip.
Oh,
on that overnighter. I just threw that in, but it wasn't the gun I wanted to bring, and it was a little bulkier than because it had the light on it and everything. So, but yeah, I was like I said, I still don't know where it is. I don't lose stuff like that. Well, unless you ask my wife, but don't ask because she's wrong. But it was kind of just bizarre and frustrating. Other than that, I went and saw the new Top Gun movie last night.
Oh, nice. That's not really anything to do with guns.
It says gun in the title.
Top Gun.
And there were guns in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was worth seeing in the theater.
It's kind of like better than the first.
Yeah, I don't know if it was better than the first, but it was good. It was, considering it was a sequel to a movie that was made like 35 years ago and had some of the same characters, same actors.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, all right, that was all right. I was pleasantly surprised by it. And I'm pretty sure that Tom Cruise is an alien. Because he hasn't aged in 50 years.
He has aged, but not as much as everybody else.
Not much, man. He has got... Whoever his plastic surgeon is amazing. Because he looks good still. Anyway, that's all I did.
All right.
Should we get into a news story?
Yes.
All right. After shooting at a suspected car thief on Monday... That doesn't sound good already, does it?
Yeah, shooting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pierce County Council candidate Josh Harris has not been arrested or charged by police. So this guy's running for political office. This is in Washington State.
Oh, where?
Pierce County?
Pierce County?
Yeah, you're from Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington isn't the best on gun stuff.
Oh, they're real bad. They're like worse. California wannabes.
Yeah.
They look to California as like, oh, I want to be you someday.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy who's running for the Pierce County Council says Harris said that he fired shots in self-defense at the man in the vehicle because he tried to run him over. It's like, okay, now you're kind of okay. But he says Harris, who has a concealed weapons permit, fired at least 4 rounds from a 9mm handgun at the driver, saying he only did so to protect my life. Harris filed on May to run as a Republican for the Pierce County Council seat. The man that Harris shot was taken into custody on Tuesday and is still in the hospital where he is being treated for wounds. Once released, he will be arrested for processing of a stolen vehicle and assault. So he's being charged with assault also. I don't know. The
guy who tried to run him over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police are investigating the incident, but Harris told the News Tribune that it would not affect his candidacy. Oh, yes, it will. You're a Republican carrying a gun and just shot a bad guy. I can't see how it's not going to help your candidacy. But you never know.
Yeah.
In a state like Washington. Anyway, he is currently in no legal jeopardy because he claims he was protecting himself, as previously reported by the Tribune. So the incident wasn't of particular interest, but then they get into the laws in Washington and why he isn't being prosecuted and stuff like that. And I thought that would be interesting to talk about a little bit. So it says, here are Washington's self-defense laws and when you can protect yourself. Lawful use of force. So this is Washington's definition that states that lawful use of force, including a firearm, can be used for protection out of necessity when a person or their property is under attack or if they're assisting someone else who is in danger of a violent crime. A violent crime is an assault, kidnapping, rape, burglary, or any other crime defined by Washington Code. The lawful use of force is also permitted when detaining someone who has entered or is staying on private property, by a public transport driver if someone refuses to obey regulations, and to prevent disabled individuals from committing a dangerous act. So are you catching all of this?
Yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm talking to the audience here. I know we've got attorneys and lawyers and other people out there that know this kind of stuff better than I do. But according to this, I can shoot somebody if they're attacking my property. I don't know that I would do that.
Yeah, being able
but to that sounds a little more permissive than I would have expected from Washington State. It says lawful use of force used for protection out of necessity when a person or their property is under attack. And I don't know if maybe this is just a typo or if it's cut and paste right from their law.
Well, think about if somebody is like at your house, your front door, and they have an axe and they're
but that's not
chopping down your house.
That's trying to get in to you. That's different. But if somebody, if you're looking out your front window and somebody is beating your car to death with a baseball bat, according to this, it sounds like I can just go shoot that guy because I'm protecting my property.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But then,
that's what it sounds like. And I don't agree with that personally.
Well, it's one thing to have that on the laws. It's another thing to defend it in court. So
yeah. And it also says you can defend yourself against disabled individuals, which I thought that was kind of interesting that they included that. It says and to prevent disabled individuals from committing a dangerous act. So basically,
it doesn't matter if you're disabled or not.
You can be. Yeah. You can defend yourself against somebody. So if a dude in a wheelchair comes and whips out a minigun out the side of his wheelchair,
oh, jeez.
You can defend yourself. Excusable and justifiable homicide. Homicide is excusable in Washington when committed by accident or misfortune when doing a lawful act, such as protecting yourself. I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah, so if you kill someone while you're defending yourself, then it's fine.
The state also classifies that homicide is justifiable when defending yourself, family, or other people in your presence when you have justifiable reason to suspect the person killed had planned to commit a felony to you or people around you. Homicide is also classified as justifiable by the state when resisting someone attempting to commit a felony on you or upon the home you are in. Stand your ground law. Washington is a stand your ground state, which I didn't know that. That's another positive for Washington State. I won't read what that is, we know that. It says, but the force used must also be reasonable. Unless the person defending themselves has reason to believe that they or someone they know is about to be attacked, they cannot attack another person and claim self-defense. So you can't preemptively, he was thinking bad things about me. But anyway, I thought it was interesting that in that article that they included
property.
They included the laws.
Oh yeah.
And then the definitions. I think that's good because people often don't understand.
Yeah. Well, most people get their information from TV.
Yeah.
Like cop shows.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's actually really funny that I get people all the time. They kind of whisper to me. They're like, "I got a new gun. And it's not registered."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you don't live in California, so there is no registry. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you're okay. You're not breaking any law.
Yeah. Well, and I think what people think when they say that, because I kind of thought the same thing when I bought my first gun, and you open it up and there's all the owner's manual and all that kind of stuff, and there is a registration form.
Oh, like a product registration.
Yeah. And that's like for your warranty and stuff like that. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not.
And to be honest, I've never sent one of those in on a gun either. Not because I'm concerned or worried about it, but because I know the gun industry, you don't have to send in your warranty registration in order for them to honor the warranty on it. You don't have to be the original owner.
Yeah, a lot of times, though, if you send that in, then if your gun is recalled, you can get recall.
You'll get notified if there's a problem.
They will notify you.
Yeah, so that's different, people.
Yeah.
Those are okay.
Warranty registrations are different than gun registrations.
Yeah, and if we're being honest, if let's say you bought a gun, went down to Gunny's, let's say this Ruger you just bought, and somewhere down the line you decide, wasn't what I hoped it was going to be, and you sell it.
Yeah.
And then it gets used in a crime. They're going to know that you bought that gun from Gunnies.
Yeah, because
the
serial number, the serial number, they trace it to,
they're going to
so it goes from the manufacturer to
they're going to call Gunnies, and Gunnies is going to go into their paperwork and go, oh, we sold it to this individual.
Yeah.
So that stuff is known. If you're buying from an FFL, which everybody does.
There's no electronic form of that right now. So
and
they would have to go through that chain of
There's no it's not a simple process, an easy process, but that does exist. So people, if you live in a state like in Utah where you don't have to register your guns, people still know you have them. That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal.
So we have a holiday coming up soon.
Yes.
In a couple days.
Yeah. And Father's Day.
Yeah, so we wanted to, for today's episode, talk a little bit about good gift ideas for the gun dads.
All right. Why don't you start?
Okay, so one of the things I was thinking about first, I mean, you always have, I mean, this is the gift I always give my dad, right?
Okay.
He has more money than I do.
Bar soap.
No.
Oh.
But the one thing I can give him is ammo.
Oh, yeah.
So I give him ammo for some of his guns that, maybe he can't buy at the store.
Yeah.
Like some lighter 44 mag loads or some cast lead ones that splat real good on steel targets.
Okay.
And so ammo is always a gift I give my dad every year for Father's Day.
I don't think a gun dad would ever be disappointed with ammo.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
And if you have a dad who has like a lot of guns, what you can do is you can buy him the wrong kind of ammo.
And then he has an excuse to buy. Oh, I thought you had one of those.
Like, wait, what? 6.5 PRC?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had one of those. Oh, you don't have one? Well, now you can get one.
Yeah.
You don't want to return my Father's Day gift, do you?
I like it. That's good.
So, ammo. What?
So, one of the things that I think is great, because a lot of people, and even people that have a lot of guns, don't always have decent cleaning kits.
Okay.
And so I like, I've given this to my son, when he moved out, he's not using my stuff anymore, but I really like the Otis cleaning kits.
Yeah, the pull-throughs.
Yeah. They're so universal, you can clean just about anything with them, and it's good stuff. The solvent that comes with them, I think, is pretty decent also.
Yeah.
They're not the cheapest gun cleaning kit out there, depending on which one you get, but they're super compact, so you can throw it in a range bag. I think that's always kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, to tag along to that one, I would say, besides the Otis, like just a bore snake.
Yeah.
If my kids were to give me bore snakes, it wouldn't matter what caliber it's in. I would be like, nice, I got a new one now.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of grody ones that I probably need to clean.
Yeah. I like the bore snakes also. They kind of, especially if you're a lazy gun cleaner, like I am, and I know you are.
Yeah.
Your AR's getting kind of gunky, so you pull the bolt out, spray it, wipe it off, lube it up. We're good. Run a bore snake through it, and then it's good to go.
Yeah. So bore snakes are great.
Yeah.
So another item that I've been thinking about is and this depends on like the dad, right? Mm. But either a range bag, like a nicer range bag.
Yeah.
Or a nicer gun case.
Yeah.
Like I've got tons of gun cases that are just like kind of just cheap soft cases. But if someone were to give me like a little bit nicer soft case or something, then I would love it.
Yeah.
So
I'm to the point now where I'm like, I don't know where to put the gun cases.
Yeah.
It's like they take up so much space.
Yeah, and there is a difference between high quality ones and the cheap ones.
Just like everything else.
On the squirrel hunt that we went on like a few weeks ago, one of my Midway USA cheapies, the zipper broke on it.
Oh, that's
and that was like not it was it was a real bummer because, you're driving and dust is getting on stuff because you can't zip up the case entirely.
That's why you bring safety pins with you.
And backup zippers, yeah.
Pin it closed. Yeah. And I think even, so if your dad's one of those guys really into handguns, the cheap little handgun soft things, I think you can pick those up for next to nothing. A couple of those is pretty cool because transporting them, you throw 4 or 5 handguns in your range bag and they're just banging around, or you wrap it in a towel or whatever. I like the little zipper handgun bags because it's just simple, and I can throw it in that, and I can throw it in my range bag, I can throw it in the back seat, I can whatever, it's not going to get messed up.
Yeah, I have this nicer rifle case, and it has enough pouches, like MOLLE pouches and stuff, that I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, like about 4 or 5 handguns in the rifle case. And so a lot of times when I'm packing up to go to the range, I'll just throw the handguns in that case, and it's like it protects them from dust and everything. And so I like a good rifle case.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yep, I agree. Another thing that I like to give is mag loaders. So like the Magholder, or there's some really cool ones for the ARs, mags and stuff like that. If you go into the range, or if you're going to a class and you're just going to be loading mag after mag after mag, those things are so nice.
Thumb savers.
Thumb savers, yeah. They just make it really convenient. And if you got a dad who's maybe getting a little older, he'll appreciate it way more.
The 1022 mag loaders, I like those, the little hand crank ones.
I have never used one of those.
Really?
Is that the one where you dump the ammo in and you snap the mag in and just crank it?
And then you crank the handle.
I need to get one of those.
Of all, so I typically don't use mag loaders.
Yeah.
But I do use mag loaders for that.
Huh. So. But you don't like 1022.
Yeah. Although I think I have 2. I got that one barrel, the integrally suppressed barrel for a 1022.
Oh, yeah.
So, got another reason to shoot a 1022 now.
Oh, okay.
Although I will say, I was pretty disappointed with it.
Yeah?
Like, I was thinking it would be way quieter than, like, some of the other suppressors.
It's not?
But, no. The Mist, I think it's a Mist 22.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one is, it's not as quiet as, say, like, the Erector. Or
really?
Yeah, any of the K-baffle suppressors, even my Huntertown Arms, like
really
22 suppressor, I would think better.
Like you said, an integrated one should be superior.
Think, because I think it has a longer
purpose-built.
Yeah, longer suppressor.
Yeah.
But anyways,
maybe you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You pulled the trigger too.
I pulled it too loud.
Huh. Okay. What else you got?
So besides ammo, besides range bags and stuff. I think cleaning solutions. I mean, kind of bouncing off of...
Sure.
Like, so gun oil and cleaning solutions. That's always nice. And I do like to have an aerosol sprayer or spray on hand for when you just gotta coat something real fast.
Yeah.
Like if you've gone shooting and it was wet, you got rained on or something, then you can hurry and tear the gun apart and spray it with that, and it'll be good until you get around to cleaning it for
and along with that, something that I'm always looking for is a good rag.
Oh, yeah.
So go into Dad's closet and get all of his old concert shirts from the 80s, cut them up into rags.
Different sizes.
And then it'll be nostalgic every time he goes to clean his guns. Oh, Iron Maiden, I remember that concert.
Yeah.
he might write you out of the will, but...
Yeah. So I will say one gun cleaner, or it's kind of like one of those CLPs. It doesn't do any of those things like really great.
Yeah.
But it smells really good. It smells like juicy fruit gum.
Which one?
Is the G96.
Huh.
So, anyways, check that out. If you want an aerosol spray that smells pretty good, as long as you don't start huffing it, then I think you'll be okay.
All right. So I'm gonna veer off the rails a little bit and assume that if you're a gun person, you're a little bit of a prepper person also.
Okay.
Because that's what I always do. But I think a good squeeze filter, water filter, they're super handy throw it in a bug out bag, and it's one of those things that I think a lot of people don't really can think about. And I've used several. I've used ones from Sawyer, from Katadyn, from Platypus.
Yeah.
And there was another one that I hated, and I can't remember.
Did you try the Life Straw one?
I have Life Straws also. The only problem with those is you can't use it to fill a bottle.
No, they have Life Straw branded.
Oh.
That's water filters.
I think it's the Sawyer brand that makes the Life Straw. Yeah.
Okay.
And I like the Sawyer squeeze filters.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. But my favorite one is made by Platypus. It comes with its own little bag that's easy to fill, super easy to use, and it filters fast. I was surprised. It's really cool.
Huh.
So that's
what's interesting is so sometimes you'll have the water will have a tint to it.
Yeah.
And the filter will filter it so it's safe to drink, but it doesn't filter
take the
tint.
Color out. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, and sometimes it won't take the flavor out either if it's kind of funky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I filtered some water, and it was like this clear mountain, spring or whatever coming out of the rocks. But it had almost like a
kind of an amber color to it.
Yeah, like a brownish reddish.
Yeah,
but
it's from the minerals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, water filter. That's a good idea. Another thing you could do, and this goes, I kind of have a theme with my stuff. It's like the range bag, but is to buy a set of inexpensive tools to put into the range bag.
Oh yeah.
A crescent wrench is super handy.
Yeah.
So if you get one that opens up a little bit wider and has a more narrow mouth.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's thinner.
So then you can those work really good for taking off muzzle devices.
It's a big mouth with thin lips.
Yeah. And then a short handle is nice too because you don't need all the leverage and it'll fit into the range bag better. But having that, a set of Allen wrenches and
And the kind of Allen wrenches I like are the ones that are a little bit longer, and at the end of the long end is a ball.
Yeah,
those are sweet because they're just fast.
Because you can angle them.
You can angle them and spin them in your fingers when it's loose, and then turn it around and tighten it with the other end. Yeah.
So I think having the right tools in a range bag is very handy. So that would, a set of screwdrivers and wrenches and Allen wrenches.
Yeah.
And that way, if you have to change out a battery and it has a screw, to undo, you can do that.
Cool. All right, here's my last one. And this is I guess this could be anywhere from a more budget-friendly gift to I'm the best child in the world gift. Black ice coating.
Yeah, I was going to say...
If Dad's got an AR... steal his bolt.
No, get permission first. Give him a coupon that says a free coating at Black Ice Coatings.
Free Black Ice Coatings. Or get a rifle completely dipped or something like that.
And hot pink flying pigs.
Yeah, hot pink flying pigs and slickery.
Yeah.
But because a lot of times that's the kind of stuff that people aren't necessarily willing to spend on themselves.
Yeah, but then if they get
it, it's like, oh, that was awesome. Yeah. The guy that, my buddy that's been working on my bathroom and stuff, I built him an AR. He did some other work, and I traded him an AR that I built and had it Teflon coated and everything, and he was like, oh my gosh. And I took a bolt out of another rifle he had it Teflon coated, and he's like, I was having problems with that gun, and it works flawlessly now. I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Not that Teflon's going to solve all your problems if your gun's having issues, but it does make them run a whole lot smoother.
Yeah. Okay, so another one for that I would recommend is, if they don't have it, is a chronograph.
Oh, yeah.
So even if your dad is not a reloader, a chronograph is really handy to have so you know the velocities of the ammo that's going out of your gun. And if you're a long range shooter or you like to shoot at longer distances, you really have to know the muzzle velocity.
Yeah. Or if you're hunting, it makes a big difference.
Because then you can throw that information into your ballistic applications and then figure it out. But if you don't have the velocity, you just have the velocity on the box.
Yeah.
The velocity on the box is almost always exaggerated.
Yeah.
And so you'll want to know the real velocity. So Chronograph, they're not super expensive. It's like $100, $150 to get a decent one.
Yeah.
And it's just really handy.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah. I had another idea.
Okay.
But I can't remember it right now.
Socks.
So, anyways. Yeah, so those are the ideas that we have for your GunDad.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope that was worth your listening time. Thanks for listening. Have a happy Father's Day. And
take your dad shooting.
Take your dad shooting. Be nice to people while you're at it.
Yeah, we'll just try to not say anything super dumb.
That's the show.